Dr. Cheser, we have added an additional agenda item, which was a superintendent update. So we'll move on to that next, as we decided it would be now.
Yes, thank you very much. And thank you all for coming out and giving us your comments and asking questions. I do want to encourage people that if you do have an issue, you have a question, if you could come to us first, or you can come to me first, I'm happy to talk with you. So for example, I know Danielle's not still on there, but that is not great. That's horrible, what was happening to her child. And so it would be best if I just want to make sure people know we're open. So please come to us so we can deal with issues. So you don't have to feel like you have to come to the board meeting for the first time to talk to people. So there's been a lot happening lately. Some of this has been pretty damaging to our schools. And so I just want to give a statement, some of the things that were said tonight, some of the things that are on social media, just to kind of set the record straight. You know, we send information out, we do columns, but it doesn't seem like that's necessarily sticking with everywhere. So I just wanted to make sure people had some information. So our district is committed to transparency, academic excellence, and serving all students in our community. Recent articles published by a recently created Front Range media platform have made serious accusations against our district that are misleading, lack proper context, and in some cases are just simply false. As your superintendent, I feel compelled to address these claims directly and provide our community with accurate information. While critics focus on divisive rhetoric, our students continue to excel. Durango School District ranks 11th among all Colorado districts with 3,000 students up on the Colorado Measures of Academic Success testing, and 9th statewide when we add our PSAT and SAT scores. We are the only rural district in this top tier. Our graduates consistently demonstrate readiness for college, career, and civic leadership. And I do want to address the point that the CMAS assessment is not a 100-point scale. The highest scoring districts in the entire state, we're talking affluent districts like Cheyenne Mountain, who are opt-in districts with almost 0% students on free reduced lunch, their highest scores are 60. It is not a 100% assessment. I keep saying this over and over again. And Donna's right. I mean, I come from #1 school district in the state of Kentucky, one of the top 10% in the country. And I can guarantee you the types of instruction that are happening in this school district with these teachers and these programs and these leaders are top tier. They are fantastic. And I would put them up against anyone in this entire country. You are right, the CMAS assessment, which you cannot compare to assessments prior to 2015, have changed the scale. The scale is completely different. It's a college and career readiness scale based on the PARCC assessment, Common Core, and that is why no one's getting above a 60 right now of meeting and exceeding proficiency. So to say that our kids are not at grade level proficiency is really it's false. There is no one getting those numbers. And I'm happy to host something so that we can go through that. And we do talk a little bit about CMAS rankings a little bit. So anyway, I just want to make sure that we stop saying failing schools, because we are the only school district outside of the Front Range that is scoring at this high level. A recently created Front Range media platform has engaged in what can only be described as a coordinated campaign to undermine confidence in our public schools through a series of articles and social media posts that are misrepresenting our district's work. This pattern of coverage appears designed more to advance some agenda than to inform our community here, 7 hours away from where this is being produced, about the reality of public education in Durango. So I'm going to just talk about a few of the things that are out there that aren't true. Number one, civil rights and hiring practices. There's this accusation that we have documents. And first of all, I just want to say, they keep saying it's leaked documents. These aren't leaked documents, they're Cora requests. The reason why it took so long is we were first asked for 5 years of every single document that said diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. I don't know if any of you are involved in special education, but everything we do is inclusion. And so this was thousands. And because we do have to charge over an hour, The person who requested this, we had to come back and say it's $42,000 to get all this information. And so we had to go back and forth until we got to a point where the person who requested paid $3,000 for some documents. That took a long time to get all that together. You also have to understand that we have a lot of personally identifiable information. So that had to go through our attorney to make sure we weren't releasing anything that could eschew the privacy of our children. And so that is why these are not leaked documents. You can have any document. In fact, most of these documents are just on our board docs anyway. So just to make sure. There's this accusation that internal documents reveal racially preferential hiring practices and violations of Title VI of the Civil Rights Act. The fact is that the Durango School District is committed to fair and legal hiring practices that comply with all federal and state laws. And like districts across the nation, we have worked to build a diverse workforce that reflects our student population and can serve all learners effectively. This is both educationally sound practice and legally compliant. We've always prioritized qualifications, experience, and fit for our community. Any suggestion that we engage in any kind of discriminatory practice misrepresents our commitment to both equity and legal compliance. And we welcome the review of our practices by appropriate oversight bodies and are confident they'll find our hiring process fair and lawful. Our rigorous teacher hiring and vetting process. Yeah, we had a really bad thing happen a year and a half ago. Someone who was trusted with our students did things outside of the school, and as soon as that happened and as soon as we knew about it, they were no longer hired. But I want to make sure that you understand that we have extremely thorough. In fact, I've been told, our HR director is here, some people who come from other places say we have a significantly longer and more strict hiring practice than they've ever seen before. It's a very long practice. We conduct thorough background checks on all potential employees, including extensive reference checks when teachers come to us from other districts. And by this way, this person did come to us from another district on the Front Range. This process ensures we hire qualified, safe educators for our students. Also, the Colorado Department of Education conducts comprehensive background checks and reviews before issuing any kind of teaching license. Teachers have to pass these state-level screenings before we would even consider them. It's a multi-layered vetting process. All right, there is this claim that we rejected a donation of 60 American flags. That is blatantly false. We were actually promised flags for our classrooms. Back in April, we were asked, how many flags would you need? And we had some older flags, and so we requested flags. And we even gave the person from this organization the list of the schools, and here are the number of flags. But the flags never materialized. We were told, we'll get back with you end of April. Chris Coleman, our operations officer, kept contacting them. We weren't hearing anything. Finally, we heard in August that the donor who was going to donate decided not to, wasn't giving any money. That is not rejecting 60 flags. We have flags in every single one of our classrooms. It is the law. And so we purchased them because we needed them. So that is, I don't know where that lie came from, but it's really damaging. Misrepresentation of gender support plans. We heard from someone who called us yesterday, really concerned that they had been at an event where someone was passing out gender support plans and telling people that those were going home with every single student as part of their health information. What a lie. We have that gender support plan that we needed, that we use. Boulder Valley and some other districts have the same plan. When a family comes to us with their child and to the counselor and says, we need some help. We need to sit down together. We don't know what to do. Our child is telling us that they want to transition, and we need to work with the school. And so Dr. Vanessa Giddings can tell you in the last 7 years that we've had this plan, 5 families with their children have worked confidentially. The confidential part is not to keep it from parents. The confidential part is it's nobody else's business. And so that is why Dr. Giddings will work with the counselor, will work with the family, and the families have not been excluded once in this. Now, there may be a question on there that says, do the parents support? Because that's really important to know. Like if this child is afraid, even with the parent involved, that things are not going well, we need to give that extra support. But again, highly misrepresented. There are legal requirements, as you know, that we do have to follow, and we don't really have the leeway to say we're not going to. Yeah, sometimes it's about case law and hasn't been tried yet, but you probably know, I don't have to go through all those, but you know there are anti-discrimination protections. There's guidelines that individuals must be allowed to use gender-segregated facilities. We cannot deny transgender students access to appropriate facilities. And there's recent state legislation that allows students to use chosen names at school. We don't get to say no to that, even if we wanted to. But I've always heard Director President Smith say, we are public schools. We're like the church. We welcome everyone. We don't judge. We love everyone. We provide a safe, welcoming place. We don't say, you're too dirty, stay out there. You have behavior issues, stay out there. You're too poor, stay out there. We don't like the way you dress, stay out there. We welcome you. We love you. And that will always be our message. So I do want to say, with regards to the restrooms, we don't have, in working with these plans, one of the things that also happens is that the parent and the student talk about what restroom, because that's a big thing. Always a private restroom is what is selected. We have never once, we don't have boys and girls restrooms. We certainly don't have men and little girls restrooms. And I checked with Ryan Norrigan Athletics, we've never had a male and a female locker room. So unless you have if people have very specific evidence of this, please bring it. But these are things that are being said that are just absolutely not true. The other thing I'm hearing over that our focus on equity initiatives comes at the expense of academic achievement. That is so wrong. Our equity work is about ensuring every student has access to high quality education and feels safe and supported in our schools. And this includes students from all our backgrounds who deserve the same support and safety as their peers. And I don't know if you know, our district represents 32 different tribes. 28% of our students are Hispanic. 40% qualify for free reduced lunch. We cover 1,200 square miles geographically. I don't know if you know this. So we are a diverse district. It's not about being diverse or doing diversity. We are. And we treasure every single child, every single family. When questions arose about the classroom displays, our board did carefully consider community input and legal requirements and ultimately sought a balanced approach that respected both parental concerns of all varieties and all student needs. Parent input remains central to our decision-making process. We regularly seek community feedback through surveys. Some people are like, I'm tired of taking all the surveys. Forums, advisory councils, board meetings. We have a strategic planning process going on now with about 60 community members. However, we do always still have to balance individual preferences with our legal obligations to serve all of our students and maintain safe, inclusive learning. So I just want to say what I feel like is the real story of our Durango schools. Here's really what's happening. Just a few things. Our nationally recognized Soil Lab provides innovative hands-on learning experiences that connect students directly with real-world environmental science. Durango High School maintains an exceptional 95% graduation rate in the top 5 in the state, high above national averages. Our students demonstrate high-level advanced placement performance with scores that reflect rigorous academic preparation. You probably just heard lately that we saved parents and kids over $7 million last year on college costs. Because we are, again, I think one of the only districts in the state or maybe nationally that has an actual college pathway program in the school. So our kids can get college credits up to 48 instead of having to even leave campus. We've earned national recognition as a model Orton-Gillingham district. If you don't know what Orton-Gillingham is, it is what we use in all K through second grade classrooms, specifically helps support students with dyslexia. And that's resulted in a remarkable 39% increase in reading proficiency. And I do want to say thank you to Donna, because the one-to-one reading program, and she finds all the coaches for that, makes a difference too. Math scores have increased in this district almost 10% from 3 years ago, demonstrating consistent academic growth. In fact, we have seen an increase in every single area, every single test since 2019. We did not go down after the pandemic. We just continued to increase. And that's because we have solid curriculum, tremendous professional learning for our teachers, a strong MTSS intervention system. Again, when if you know, say, bring up what things work, these are the things that work, right? Strong interventions and the most remarkable teachers and staff that make that come alive for our kids, and will do whatever it takes. Our staff working condition scores on the TLCC are high. In fact, we are 10% over the state average on people feeling like the district supports them. This reflects a positive work environment that supports educator retention and effectiveness, and we have a really low teacher turnover rate. Our parent perception data has increased. We've received national recognition as a district that can exemplify a yes and philosophy, meaning that we can have high academic rigor, grade level proficiency for our kids, and be innovative so that our kids have the tools they need, the skills they need for the future. Our career, and a lot of people don't know this, we have 14 career and technical education pathways. That prepares students for high demand jobs in healthcare, agriculture, welding, culinary arts, all of those. And our big picture high school is doing remarkable things, such as they were just selected as one of 2 schools nationally for working in the prestigious Telluride Film Festival Youth Program. So we're raising proficiency in reading and math while innovating so our students are ready for their future. And I just want to make sure we know we are not saying we are perfect. Anybody in this district knows how much we attend to exactly where students are. What can we do to get them to meet this gap? How do we make sure our students with disabilities are doing better? What about those CMAS scores? So it is really, really important to what we do. So just want to get into just a little bit about a message to our community. I mean, we are transparent about the challenges that face our district, and especially rural education more broadly and being remote. We have major funding concerns as the state budget is in a perilous condition. The cost of housing is high, making it difficult for young families to move here and harder for our staff to find affordable homes. These are real issues that require community support and creative solutions, not divisive rhetoric that undermines confidence in our schools. I am deeply grateful that so many community members are interested in being involved in education and supporting our teachers and students. It does take an entire community to help schools be successful. From volunteers who share their time and talents, to committee members who provide valuable input, education foundation supporters, mentoring program participants like for one-to-one, and local businesses that offer work-based learning experiences. It's the community engagement that makes Durango School special. So while outside organizations may seek to divide us with inflammatory rhetoric and misleading claims, our community really knows the truth about our schools and our teachers and our staff and our kids. We see it in the daily education of our teachers, the achievements of our students, and the support of families who trust us with their children's education, their most precious treasure. We will not allow motivated attacks to derail our mission. We're going to keep on. After I say this, like it's done, right? I just feel like I need to say it. And we just continue to move on to what's most important. That is to help every student find and live out their ikigai, their purpose in life, and to be able to do anything they want to do. And every minute that we spend responding to manufactured controversies is time taken away from that important mission. We invite you to see for yourself. Come visit our schools. Our doors are always open. Talk with our teachers and students. Attend board meetings. See firsthand the excellent work happening every day. If you have questions or concerns, please reach out to us directly. And by the way, many of you have my cell phone number and you use it. You send it. It's 970-946-8270. So if you need it, I will make sure that you never have to come to a board meeting again to bring up something we've never heard of. We will take care of it. We believe in honest, respectful dialogue with our community members, and we're always eager to listen and learn from peer perspectives. We understand that education can be complex, and that reasonable people may have different viewpoints. So rather than allowing outsiders to define our community's conversation about education through divisive articles and social media posts, let's have these important conversations together, face to face, with mutual respect and shared commitment to our children's success. Our students deserve better than to have their schools become battlegrounds. They got enough to battle, okay, guys? They got enough. They deserve community support, excellent teachers, and leaders who work together in their best interest. They deserve a community that comes together to solve challenges rather than allowing outside voices from 7 hours or more away to create artificial divisions among neighbors. When you have questions about our schools, please ask us directly. When you have ideas for improvement, please share them with us. When you want to understand our policies or see our work in action, please visit us. We're here, we're listening, we're committed to working together with our entire community to ensure every student succeed, because that's the Durango way. And that's exactly what our children will continue to receive from all of us working together in the Durango School District.
Thank you, Dr. Cheser.